next question is, na-short na kami, what topics should we discuss for the coming months? We'll give the time to Flor.
Okay. Thank you. I'm sure each one of you has a topic in mind, and maybe not only one, but two. And as Carmena has suggested, let's do it point to the next one style. I will start, but only to point to someone, because if there's any duplicate, then I won't have to share it in the end. I'll be the last to share. Okay, since I can see Lenny on my screen, I'll call on Lenny to start the ball rolling.
Yeah, I just found a gem in my shelf na isang libro, isang Bible study guide na published by Isaac, by our friend Evelyn Mirando Feliciano, na ang pangalan Simply Woman, no? Simply Woman. It's a series of Bible studies on women, no? Ang identity, ang calling, and very very culturally ang context. Merong mga anecdotes, merong mga kasabihan, mga salawikain pertinent to paano ang pagtingin ng ating lahi sa mga kababaihan, no? For example, just to read you the tawag dito introduction, no? Ang may asawang malandi parang may bukid sa tabi. Ang may asawang pangit parang sa gitna may bukid, no? Tapos nakalagay dito, for all the talk that thickens the air about equality of women and men nowadays, we seem to be stuck with a cultural paradigm as reflected in these proverbs that a woman is only worth comparing to a rice field or an eel. No? Giving her demeaning categories such as malandi, pangit, or bungangera, and deserving only to be pulled or pinched. No? And so ganyan ang kanyang ang introduction, tapos series of Bible studies. So you get the opportunity to look at the scriptures and then to discuss instead of just swallowing what ideas or what images have been imposed upon us, no? So at saka amazingly, this was itong reprint 2002, pero I really find it quite contemporary and relevant pa rin, no? Ewan ko kay Melba kung ito'y meron ng kung meron pang updated edition nito, no? Kasi 2002 pa itong reprint na to, no? So
gusto naming i-reissue yan, Lenny.
Actually,
print. Hindi ko alam kung kasama yan sa listahan na sinabi ng means. Pero we were thinking na i-reprint na yan kasi nga maraming mga kababaihan, lalo mga Christian, na kailangan ng ganyang katuruan. Well, I was thinking about si Revi, ano? Malaking problema kasi yung mga evangelical natin na mga meron tinatawag na evangelical widow na actually for the most part na sideline na sila ng mga pastor nila ng mga asawa. I was thinking about yung case ni Revi na siguro maganda meron tayong pwedeng mag-add doon sa libro na sinasabi mo, yung kay Mrs. F, na something on yung mga ganyan, yung how to deal with these things. And usually yan, na-neutralize yung mga kababaihan dahil nga marami tayong mga daladalang stock in trade theologically na hindi tama. So, to help people na kagaya nila Revi, yung mga si Mrs. Feliciano, ang daming kwento sa akin eh, ng mga kawawa ng mga asawa ng mga pastor.
Okay, thank
Hindi
you,
lang
Melba. Melba, thank you. Can Lenny,
Hmm.
that will not be your contribution, Melba. Okay, I'll call on you again. Then
Sorry.
doon mo lang yan kay Lenny. Lenny, can you call on another one?
Okay.
Can I, Flor, can I have a question? Lenny, do you suggest that we study the whole book?
No, we can choose.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, we can choose what we, and
Okay.
even add from what like for example, hindi covered dito yung single
Okay.
women, for example, no? That particular one we can even add, no?
Mm.
Otherwise, it's really, I think it's very very germane and very very relevant, especially about woman's divine origin, her unique identity, relationship with men, and her noble calling and immense contribution to history and society, affirmed by scriptures.
Okay.
At saka hopefully this is available sa sa Amazon o sa Kindle, no? Para po
3/4 of the year, maybe a year, was very slowly reading Edith Schaeffer's Affliction. Yun ang title ng book. What I know is this couple have gone through a whole lot, but they are not just looking at what their experiences are. How God led them, not just as a couple, not just with Labrie, but with their other involvements. And they have both died, but that book is sort of like more expansive in the sense of what did God's people experience, what are they experiencing, and what will be in heaven. So yung tatlong na yun, para magbibigay ng perspective that affliction is not just now. Affliction has happened to believers in the past and all generations. And with a biblical perspective, she is just like telling how the perspective of heaven is by heaven, I mean scripturally, is when Christians undergo affliction. It's very positive in a way, even if it has many first-hand narratives about different people around the world that have experienced affliction and how God had helped them. So it's just a view of affliction in the life of the church, I mean Christians, and how it is put in the context of history and heaven. Medyo malalim, pero if it is not all taken na paspasan, maybe 3 studies or something like that, may help us because indeed we are in an age, itong ang aging, na iba ang nature ng affliction. It's more related not directly to mga persecutions by government or whatever, although some of it is too, but disease, loss of loved ones, being yung nai-impede tayo to work because we're aging. So
invite tayo ng isang real life example of a person who is way senior than us, and paano naging i-interview natin siya, paano naging productive ang life niya. Former retired missionary ng OMF, and I'm referring to Maggie Estes. She's 96 years old.
Wow,
She'll be
96 na
attending
pala.
Balikatan this July.
Wow.
Had attended Balikatan many times.
Mm.
And when she was in her late 70s, she drove from Pennsylvania to California by herself.
Oh,
Grabe.
wow.
Superwoman.
Did it in 3 days. Nag-stop siya, pero by herself. How did she do it?
Wow.
I think we will be encouraged to hear from her.
Ano pangalan niya?
Maggie Estes.
Maggie Estes.
OMF.
Oh, kilala ko siya.
Oh, wow.
Sino nakakakilala sa kanya?
Ako.
Ako.
Na-meet ko siya.
Marami pala. Okay, good.
Sino?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yun ano? Oh, yun ang aking suggestion. Nandiyan
Okay.
din si Melba. Si Melba pwede rin siyang
Matanda?
mag-share. Melba? Matanda pa ako sa kanya. But, yun ang naisip ko. Inspirational stories of people in our midst who are aging.
Sa speaker ka pa.
Thank you, Lina. The next one, please.
Ako na.
Grace.
Tinawag
Right.
ako ni Ate Nani eh. So, last month, si Lina shared in the Messenger app an article about the Christian mind. Training your mind is spiritual warfare. And then she shared her practice of training her Christian mind. At around that time, I was listening to a podcaster about parenting. But her guest was Max Lucado, who talked about 3 biblical tools and practical tools to renew your mind and transform your life. So it's about his book actually. He had published a new book just last year, Tame Your Thoughts. So I thought maybe we can all read this book. It's available in the library sa US. You could borrow it or there's an audio book, there's an e-book. And maybe we can talk about, kasi meron siyang practical tools on how we can tame our thoughts. So it's just like training our Christian mind.
Thank you. Very good.
I call Ate Elsie.
Pass muna. Pass muna ako. Wala pa akong naisip.
Okay. Grace.
Sinong meron? Next.
Nati. Si Nati na.
So, lately, I was beginning to question what is the real meaning and purpose of my life in terms of this decade. And I came across an article by Carl Jung, a psychoanalyst, Swiss psychoanalyst. And I came across an essay titled Enjoying the Afternoon of Life. So it compares the youth as the morning of life, midlife, probably 40s, 50s as the midday, and then 60s and above as the afternoon of life. So ayun ko kung may nagnanad, so maybe you have read across. So maybe that's something we can explore. I know it may be related to some of the topics that Alice Freiring already talked about, but there were 4 things that he mentioned, and the last one was death. So it may be a duplication of some things we have discussed, but I thought it was very meaningful, the four steps or 4 stages that he talked about. What is the meaning?
Isang article lang yan, Ate Nats.
Oh,
It's
it's
not a
an
book
essay lang.
article.
It's
Essay.
an essay. Hindi sa kanya galing, pero based on his writings. I can share the whole the essay. It's not very long. So one topic lang to.
Thank you. I'm taking notes down so that we can review it later, very briefly, on how to go about it. Next, Nati.
Sino pa ba ang ginatapos? Si Carmena.
Oh, okay. Meron akong tatlo. Una, Miriam just sent me an email today to send it to everyone. And she has a new book, A Time for Risking Priorities for Women.
Wow.
Again?
Ay, hindi niya yun. Luma yan.
Oh, I
Anyway,
have that already.
you have copies of that?
I have
But
one copy.
but there's one topic that she has handled. What kind of old woman you will be? So magandang topic ito, and I would suggest that we will ask Miriam to be our facilitator for this topic. Second, when we had Alice Freiling session, I know marami pa tayong mga gustong itanong, kaya lang number one, siguro nahiya tayo, or number two, medyo short ang time natin. What I can do is I can do clips of what she has shared, then we can discuss on that topic. So medyo Flor maybe review on Alice Freiling session.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
my third one, minention ito ni Lisa. Sabi ko, no, meron tayong topic, meron tayong tao, meron tayong tayo. Tao would mean to say for one session, we will focus on one person. Say for instance, we focus on me. Di biro lang yun. We focus on, kunyari, we focus on Nani, we can ask question on what is doing now, blah, blah, blah. So, Flor, it would be nice to have another topic on tao. Yun lang. Tatlong suggestions ko.
Tao.
Topic, tao, tayo.
Tao,
Tayo with
tayo.
sharing time.
Oh, okay.
Which means someone in our group, no? Not
Right,
not an
that's correct.
outsider.
Right, that's correct. The tao would mean to say someone from our
Tayo.
group. That we will focus noon, parang palagi lang glimpse lang nakikita natin eh. Pero it would be nice na we'll focus on one person and probably will be a time for sharing and prayer. Sino pang hindi natin natawag? Si Rebi, wala si Rebi, nawala si Rebi. Okay, Flor, can you just repeat?
Si Nida,
nawala
wala.
siya. Ha? Wala si Nida.
Wala rin.
Nida sent me a message that she will not be able to attend this time. So Flor, can you give us a summary of what you have?
Oh, okay. Can I share what I have?
Okay.
I echo Grace. Si Grace din, naisip ko rin yung Reset the Christian Mind, which Lina sent to us. I felt very challenged, and I think it's bearing fruit. Ina-apply ko ngayon. So, pareho na rin. And then one, it would be Bible characters, old people in the Bible. I just study them.
We talk about it. Pinag-usapan namin ni Lina kanina yan.
Yeah, Old Testament and New Testament. And then maybe another one on legacy. Kasi yung sa Psalm 78:4, maganda nakalagay, we will not hide what we have heard and known from our children. We will tell the next generation the praiseworthy deeds of the Lord, his power, and the wonders he has done. Maybe we can devote another session on that, however it might pan out. No? Legacy. It can be an encouragement to write our memoir. Who knows?
Yeah.
And the others, maybe for something practical, like, can we apply, how do we exercise? Like, what exercises work for you? And maybe even here, we can just either demonstrate it or write it down. So an application, either physical exercises or brain exercises to apply what we heard from before doon sa brain health.
Suggestion ko si nating speaker.
Tai Chi tayo. Tai Chi.
Ayan! Flor, in
Yeah.
relation to that, naisip ko rin yung kanina eh. Maybe suggestions from the group how to do healthy eating.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Bagong recipe.
Bagong
Yeah.
recipe na very creative, ganon.
Okay, that's Carmena. And then, okay, so I'll summarize. As Carmena has said, we have agreed on three emphasis in our meetings: turo, tao, tayo. So the turo, we have Lenny's suggestion, Nani, Grace. Ay, si Elsie. Elsie, may naisip ka na?
Ay,
It's okay. Wala, okay. Nati is turo again. Miriam, review of Alice Freiling kung kay Carmena. And then interview someone in our group is tao. Of course, the Bible legacy. Others is turo. Now we don't have the tayo. Maybe devote one meeting for fellowship in worship, prayer, hymn, singing. Yeah. Okay, so I will collate this and then write it down and put it in an email. And then we can talk later, another topic, how we can go about it. Like the tao, I think, I don't know if we will just go on the free for all or free fall. Yung kung ano na lang ang maisip natin, yun na lang i-share. Or should we have guidelines, parang interview, para hindi isang tao lang ang nagsasalita the whole time. Maybe there can be an interviewer. Halimbawa, what is the happiest time or period in your life? Or what is the hardest period in your life? Para targeted at saka focused. Para hindi at saka related to aging. Pag na yung kung paano naging Christian, otherwise masyadong mahaba. Yung related sa victories and struggles in aging, plus other things like nawala. Gusto ko sanang itatanong ko ang mga wedding anniversaries ni Len.
Raise ang hand si Melba.
Ay, si Melba.
Melba,
Sorry,
what
nawala
is,
si Melba.
si Melba nag-raise ang hand?
Hindi pa ako nakakaano ng mga suggestion ko.
Suggestion.
Ay, hindi pa siya nagbigay ng suggestion, Flor.
Oo nga. Do you have any, Melba, now?
Tatlo. Yung
Oh,
isa,
wow. Okay.
yung isa is yung in relation dun sa pagka dapat siguro we think yung legacy, no? We're thinking intergenerational na. Special concern ko ito kasi nga what does it mean to raise another generation? Hindi lang sa IV, no? Kasi board ako ng IV ngayon. Aging na tayong lahat. Sa balikatan, aging na rin tayo lahat. Ganon. So, I'm thinking ng paano magiging intergenerational yung continuity ng mga ministry natin. Kaya ito, this is occupying me at the moment, yung what does it mean to raise a new generation ng mga Isaac people, halimbawa. Even if we have raised a generation na nilagay sa pastors, mga faith-based organizations who are leaders in their own right, pero yung need to have another generation that can go into governance para naman hindi nabubuang ang ating mga kababayan, mga ganon. Pero hindi nagagamit. At merong technology na pwede silang kasama sa advocacy, no? Sabi ko, kahit na aging na, hindi ka na pwedeng pumunta sa mga demonstration or anything. At least may technology na pwede mong ikalat yung mga whatever advocacies you have, ganyan. And this has been our experience dito, yung latest na statement that we released dito sa BP Sara tungkol sa impeachment. maraming nagre-react, ano, at karamihan doon, mga kasabayan natin, mga matatanda. Kasi may oras sila na magbasa at may oras sila na mag-respond. So we felt na importante siguro na turuan ng mga baby boomers how to be content creators, how to use technology, yung mga ganyan. Kasi maraming oras ng mga matatanda. So isa yon. And then, yung issue ng mental health naman sa mga young people. This
Mental
really bothers me kasi dun sa generation natin, very few yung magsusuicide eh. Pero alam niyo ngayon, almost epidemic na. Sa UP halimbawa, sabi sa akin, even before the pandemic, sabi nung isang professor doon sa College of Engineering, almost every month, merong estudyante na nagsusuicide. At akala ko sa UP din naman lang ito. Yung pala, yung UP Las Baños, ganun din. No? That's why itong si Aleli was very concerned. So siya na yung ginawa ng UP na taga-council ng mga families tsaka mga estudyante na may mga suicidal na mga klase, may mga ganun. So, hindi ito, hash hindi ito pinapublish maigi kasi nga ano yun nakasalala yung prestige nung UP at saka ano. Pero I feel na it is time to address this kasi global din pala ito.
Yeah.
Halimbawa, alam ko sa Korea maraming suicide, no? Yung millennial pababa. At hindi na lang yung Japan. Ang Japan palaging number 1 yan sa Asia. Pero ngayon ang Pilipinas nakaka-puzzle kasi hindi tayo ganun eh. I mean, we are supposed to be socially connected as a culture, ano? Pero hindi na ganun. Siguro dahil mga OFW ng mga parents and children are growing up nang walang mga parental guidance. Pero ibig ko sabihin, baka kailangan pag-isipan natin, what does it mean to raise a resilient na generation? Yung mental health. Yung end times. Kasi napakaraming problema. Itong end times na ito, yung kumakalat na theology, no? Sa internet, na medyo very disturbing. Yung sarong-saring isip. Ito yung katuruan na tingin ko dapat we should put our teeth very deeply dito. Ano ibig sabihin ng what is the future? Talaga, no? Merong gumawa na ng dito na reflection na gusto ko si John Lennox. Kilala ba niyo si John Lennox? Si John Lennox, meron siyang video on Revelation and the End Times. Ano ba pangalan nun? May book siya. At meron din siyang interview tungkol sa libro na yon. Yung AI, yung AI at saka technology at saka end times. I think it will be good for us to hear that video. We can make that available. Si Fabi can put on yung video na yon for all of us to see muna. Even before meron tayong meeting na ganito. Makukuha ninyo yan sa internet, si John Lennox. AI and AI, God and the End of History. Ang maganda dyan, theologically literate siya, pero mathematician from Cambridge and Oxford. So, it's good to hear mga perspectives na ganun, kaysa yung mga napupulot ng maraming Kristiyano rito sa end times. So, na tayo siguro, whatever, I can send you some video ni John Lennox.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay, we will remind you to send the video. Interesting itong AI, God and the End of History. Okay, I think let's wrap this up and give the time to Lina. Lina, ikaw pa rin ba o si Carmena na?
Ikaw pa. Ano sabihin ko?
Okay.